Hey guys, so I'm a dummy and somehow managed to screw up the audio for my portion of this week's podcast. So you will only get to hear the lovely Brie's segment. But I'm just going to honestly blame it. It was a ghost of machine. So you'll hear mine next week. So sorry.
Okay, I gotta take my sandals off so I can get comfortable. I gotta get these off.
Perfect.
Okay. Are we on?
We're on.
Oh, I never know. I know,
because I don't ever tell you. So.
I know, it's better that way.
It's like a surprise. It's all natural.
It is. It's organic. It's heirloom.
It's heirloom. Yes.
I don't know.
I like
It's really not. Tell you what's not a family heirloom, this goddamn beautiful microphone.
Oh, no. This is not an heirloom.
Did anyone hear the difference last week? I wonder. I did. When you sent it to me to listen to, yeah. I was like, oh my God, it sounds like
we know what we're doing.
We're the armchair experts. Just kidding. Not really, but kind of. Which I haven't listened to that podcast in a long time because I've been obsessed with
the other one,
the Almost 30 podcast.
Yeah,
it's fucking good. It's helping me be a better person.
That's good.
Also question my whole life. Also have midlife crisis.
That's what being 30 is all about.
It is.
It is nowadays. I think before it was like more like footloose and fancy free, but now you have to have that crisis because you're like, do I still want to live in my mom's basement?
Do I still want to live in a barn? Kinda,
because it's rent free, and we all know that's
it's not rent free, but it's
sorry.
pretty much. I mean, compared to Fort Collins rent,
yeah, or any place to be honest,
or anywhere,
unless you're like in the middle of
low
fucking
income
nowhere.
rent for sure.
It's probably better than a lot of low income houses, so
yeah,
beggars can't be choosers.
But still, I gotta spread my wings.
Not the other thing. You could make money that way though.
I just
you
gotta
really
start spreading them, and I'll
and
be on my way to
so many doors
freedom.
will open. Well, you know what? That still could be true. But it just depends, like what kind of lifestyle you want to lead.
That's true.
No
Probably
judgment.
not the spreading kind.
I mean,
I don't want the same kind of.
unless you know, like, have access to a good doctor. So.
Which I don't.
Oh, then don't do that. Then you don't want no diseases.
How do you like my drink, Shay?
It is very strong. What is this, is it a rendition of a Greyhound bus?
Yes, it's Brie's rendition of a Greyhound. Not the dog.
Or the bus line.
Or the bus. Or...
Well, I've never had a Greyhound.
Well, it's a grapefruit vodka drink.
Well, yeah, it
with
tastes
lime
delicious.
Wedge.
Now I know.
And I just put a lot of grapefruit things in it.
It's delicious. Now I'm just going to order that every time I go to like a fucking crap bar and they're like, are you 104? I'm like, yes.
Yeah, give me that canned grapefruit and the well vodka. Okay,
please,
bitch.
Please. But don't give me the well vodka because I'm a little baby and I get bad hangovers with it because I'm a little bougie bitch. Ow! Don't bite me.
Damn, you bougie.
Yeah.
Good. You're smart for not drinking well vodka all the time.
Well, I did that because I went to a wedding this weekend and I felt like garbage and I only had I wasn't even drinking that much. And then I switched to wine, so I just can't hang anymore.
You went to a wedding? Where was the wedding?
In Nebraska.
Nebraska, where?
Scottsbluff.
Oh, I know where that shit is, girl.
Yeah, just a little Nebraska wedding.
Was it out on the farm?
Sure wasn't. It was in Chip and Joanna Gaines' barn. At least that's what it felt. No, it was just in a really nice venue. It was nice. But anyway, so I drank. I didn't think I drank that much, but I don't know. It was weird. But then I realized I don't think it was like rubbing alcohol, like the vodka sodas I was drinking. I was like, this.
I got to drink a lot of these so I can't taste it no more.
Super intense. But But then I switched to wine, and I think that I fucked
Ooh,
up.
that helped.
I
That
fucked
doesn't.
it up. I fucked up. So I just had a really bad hangover
Yeah,
yesterday.
wine after anything, I feel like is. I'm
Yeah, I just
always
couldn't-
fucking.
So
hungover
instead
the
of
next
making
day.
a good adult choice, I'm like, I'm just not going to drink anymore. I'm like, I just have to switch to something that's not so rubbing alcohol-y. I'll switch to wine. I could have made a better choice, but I chose to switch to wine, and I think that's where I fucked up.
It's okay.
It's fine. So now I'm just drinking today, and I feel like that this is like 5 drinks in a glass.
I think this is my first drink of the week, Shay.
Oh, well, then fuck me. I'm an alcoholic. Jesus.
No, I have just not. I didn't drink alcohol until today.
Yeah.
And then I think the last time I drank alcohol was when we were here.
Well,
Which is good for Brie.
yep, and sad for Shay.
No.
It's
I'm not
fine.
saying
It's fine.
that.
It's my vice, and it's my only vice, so it's fine.
I also tried to not eat sugar, but then I caved one day. Or like I'm trying to stop eating as much sugar because
You know.
I'm addicted. It is the worst drug out there, guys.
It is. It's
Goddamn sugar. They don't put no warning labels about that.
and they should. I saw like actually where my friend Michaela lives. I think it's like right across from like a sugar mill, and it's so fucking weird because like out of the little spout, because like it's like a smokestack, but it was like I'm like wondering if it was different because if it was like baking sugar and shit or I don't know how you make fucking sugar. I might have to science that shit one day. But it was this little like halo of yellow, and I feel like that's what sugar would have looked like if it was like in smoke. It was really weird looking, very chemically looking,
candy,
kind of, yeah,
smokestack?
yeah. But it was like yellow. So I'm like, I wonder if it was just because it was like some sugar,
The sugar
that was
like caramelized sugar.
something. It was weird, but it was like floating down really weird. Anyway, so we're drinking our giant shots because that's essentially what it is.
Yeah,
we're just sipping on
huge.
shots.
Yeah, I already feel a little buzzy.
Oh yeah, I do. I have
For
to slow down. That's a
sure.
sipper for sure. And how was your week? How was your week?
It was good. I definitely have been feeling the growing pains of big 30. I've just been really doing some inner reflecting.
That's what you do when you get turned 30. I think that's what I have.
Because I never have in my life.
When I turned 30, I was like, do I really want to keep doing what I'm doing? And so then I switched some shit up, and I'm gonna switch it up again.
That's fine.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No, I think I
And
just
it's
always do that
exciting
constant
and it's
change.
just really scary and I need to get over it because I've always let fear drive me.
Yeah. So at 30, like, what do you got to lose?
Exactly. It's literally
Just
my
time.
life now. Now it's my fucking life.
Just time.
Exactly.
You just have time to lose.
Except that's the only precious resource.
I know.
Not the only precious resource, but it's something that we can't get back.
No, but it's true. You might now or never. Better do it now than when you're like. I mean, anybody can do it. Even when you're turned 40, you can fucking reinvent yourself. Even when you turn 50, you can reinvent yourself. But
You can reinvent yourself.
if you already
every
want to do it
day.
now, just fucking do it.
You're right.
Just do it.
We're right.
We'll hold each other's hands and jump into that black abyss of questionable choices.
Because that's all you got to do. You just got to jump. Mm-hmm. And usually things will come your way.
Yes.
You just got to believe. You just got to let go and leap.
Listen to your gut.
You
You'll
do.
be, as long as you do that, you'll be fine. As long as you're a grounded person, like, as long as you're not like on meth, listen to your gut. Like, I'm going to eat that guy's face.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, don't do that. But like,
We
if
won't
you have a
be
clear
doing that.
head and you're listening to your gut, go for it.
And you're not hurting anyone.
Well, that's true too. You
And you're
can't like
being
be
yeah.
cutting people's ears off and being like, I just have to make this piece of Van Gogh's face made entirely out of cut off
I
ears.
did have to refrain from cutting someone's ear off this week, but I think I'm doing good as a 30-year-old now.
It's good.
Just-
That's what I feel like. That's what being kind of 30 is. Just a bunch of self reflection.
I just
doing
have
some-
been feeling like, okay, I've been playing it safe.
Yeah, I'm kind of
And
right
I'm
there
ready.
with you.
I'm ready to make another jump
That's
because
an-
I did a year ago. I made a pretty fucking big jump,
and it's been working out just fine.
and it's been
And I
working
made-
out just fine.
Yeah.
Sometimes uncomfortable at times, but I'm like so thankful that I, did what I did,
Yeah.
and I decided to take the leap that I did because I was in a place to where I could, and
And you can do it
and
again.
I can do it again. Even I got to take another leap up because now I've just been,
Coasting.
I've been, going up little hills and stuff, but I'm ready to like.
I think that's where I'm at too. Like I could coast where I'm at probably for like another 4 or 5 years if I wanted to. But I'm like, but do I really want to do that?
No. Mm-mm. I don't because time. It's all about time. And you only live once. That's the motto.
Okay, so you had a self-reflective week. It's interesting because it's kind of like where I've been all week.
Yeah.
We're like simpatico.
We are. How was your week?
Yeah, so I mean, I just, it was like a fine week. It was really slow, but I think it was like that self-reflecting week. Like, I love what I do, and I'm going to continue to do it, but I got to do it outside of my safety zone. I think I need just different. I can't have it to be, even though I'm comfortable, I have to have something different every day, or I'll like blow my brains out. Mm-hmm. Like, so for massage, when I was just doing massage and working for working for somebody else, I think that wasn't what I was supposed to be doing. And then, like when I made the jump and like went back into TV, I was like, all right, this is good. Pay my little dues. It's all fine. And then, now I'm like, I just need to just get out of this little rut. Like, I don't know.
It's inspiring in itself to be able to do that. And when you do it, it feels great.
Yeah. As long as I'm
it's
successful
fucking scary as fuck, though.
It is. It's super scary.
And
but it's okay. That's okay. It could be scary.
And that's fine. That's what life's all about.
Yeah.
We can't grow unless we're getting scared and just jumping and doing things and pursuing our dreams.
I know. Sorry, Bunk.
Yeah, so I'm going to not say anywho because I say that a million times.
It's fine.
A week.
It'll be interesting because my little pop culture kind of touches on that.
Oh, good.
I know.
Sweet. Well, speaking of that, you rolled what? Pop culture?
Speaking of pop culture, what did you roll? Pop culture? Great.
Perfect. Okay,
yeah.
bye.
Okay, bye.
See you later.
Yeah. It's good.
Speaking of pop culture, did you roll pop culture?
Oh, so crazy. What did you roll? Yes, I rolled pop culture.
I rolled food/cooking, but today we're talking food stuff.
Ooh, I like it. We need a little mix up. Mm-hmm. Sweet, sweet, sweet.
I know, we haven't had those two well, we've had food, but
yeah,
we haven't had pop culture in a hot minute because we've been on crime and paranormal.
I know, we got like stuck in this loop, this weird paranormal murdery loop, which I wasn't.
What does it all mean?
I wasn't super upset about it. So
No.
it's fine.
No.
I don't know why I like that kind of shit, but I do. But I feel like everyone does.
It's interesting. It's creepy. It's weird. It gets you feeling things that you don't usually feel about things because you don't think about
Makes
the
you
crazy
lock
people
your doors
sometimes.
an extra little bit tighter.
And sage your house a little bit more.
It's true.
I've never saged my house. Have you?
Here. Oh my god, do it all the time. Yeah,
I just need to do that.
it makes it smell good.
Maybe that's what I need to do. I need to sage my whole barn.
It'll take you
Meditate.
45 seconds.
It will. Just go around in a circle.
Sometimes I feel like it's more for like more like your state of mind. Mm-hmm. So it just clears your head.
It just helps with the ritual. It gets you like more into what you're actually doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good ritual.
It is. #meditation.
Yeah.
I tried meditating this week and it was nice.
Calm your brain down?
I did. And then I was focusing on my breathing for a little while and it felt really nice. And then like the more I was doing, it was for like literally 3 minutes probably.
But who cares?
But like the more I
Start-
kept thinking about my breathing, like I felt myself relaxing more and more.
Yeah.
And then I was
Just
doing it
start.
outside and then Nala came up and she was like, meow, 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 pet me.
Oh,
So I was like,
she
I'm
was
distracted.
No, she was sensing it. She was coming over and helping you out.
Oh, she was.
Oh, they like that kind of
And
shit.
then I just pet her for a while, which was also therapeutic, meditative.
There you go.
She was like, I know you need my help because you're not going to do this by yourself for fucking 10 minutes. So I'll come sit over here and you can pet me, bitch.
I like how she talks.
She definitely doesn't talk like that.
She
She's like,
does.
she probably talks like a dainty little.
Yeah.
What does Nala talk like? Did you ever used to do that when you were little? Like,
Oh my god, yeah. all the
with your
time.
pets? Like, I always used to.
Yeah,
pretend.
when I was little,
Yeah, like now.
not like
I do that
yesterday at
all
all.
Oh, yeah, I do that all the time.
Yeah.
We have voices for all the animals and squirrels and stuff.
What do you think Leroy's voice sounds like?
Hitler's? Just kidding.
Food 9.
No, his
Every
His
time he
is
bites
like,
you.
"Nine." He's just like, I'm gonna fuck you up, bitch. Like, what the fuck? He's
Like
just
ice, like he's like fucking Iced Tea
yeah, something like that.
or Mr. T.
He's like fucking, who is he? Or he's like Rex from Rex Kwon and Napoleon Dynamite. Fucking Starla.
He could be Rex from Rex.
What the fuck are you trying to do to me right now, huh? Are you trying to fucking pet me? Forget about it. Are you trying to feed me food because you love me? Forget about it.
Oh, actually, he could be Rex.
He's just like so angry for no reason.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like it.
But then he's lovable though.
He is.
You know, he's super lovable.
Like, yeah, scratch my
oh my god,
face. That feels
the
nice.
best thing in the whole world is taking Leroy swimming. It is the fucking brings me
Just
more
joy.
joy than so many
He's
things.
just happy. This is
He is so happy. He is so funny because like he's like afraid to go in if he just was like walking in.
right.
But then he'll literally run and jump in and like go all the way under. Oh, this week though, he like did a little submarine move and went all the way under because he couldn't find the stick that we were throwing.
Oh, damn.
And he went all the way under the water and like plopped back up and like had a piece of grass in his mouth instead. And he's like, I found something.
All right. Should we
Anyway.
jump into this?
Yeah, that was a long intro of personalities.
We'll be
and
cutting that down, so it's fine.
Yeah, please.
Okay.
All right, let's go. So we just want to take a minute to tell you a little bit about Anchor, who hosts our podcast for us. And guess what? It's free, guys. So Anchor is the easiest way to make a podcast, and they give you everything you need in one place, again, for free.
Everyone likes free stuff.
And you can use it right from your phone or computer. Even your phone, guys. We use our phones for everything. And now you can make a podcast on it.
Absolutely. And they have like this creation tool, which is really awesome. So even if you don't need like any fancy equipment or anything like that, if you just got a little mic and a little thought in your brain, it has a little creation tool that allows you to record and edit your podcast so it sounds terrific. And they'll distribute your podcast for you absolutely for free as well, so it can be heard everywhere. Super painless. It'll go from Spotify to Apple Podcasts to Google Podcasts and much more.
And the best part, guys, you can easily make money from your podcast, which is what we're doing right now.
Right now.
So if you guys want to start a podcast, you totally can. Just download the Anchor button. If you're not already listening to us on Anchor, again, it's free. And
Did we say it was free? It's free.
yeah. So download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started on your podcast today. Okay. Am I first?
You're
I know, I'm just kidding.
week 75. Am I
What
first?
episode is this? Episode 18?
I think so. No, I think it's 18.
Oh, it's 18. Oh, we better think about
I know
a
we have
field
to
trip.
think about that because it's in a couple weeks.
If anyone has any suggestions about a field trip,
Oh yeah,
shoot
that's a
'em
great
our
idea.
way.
Yeah.
Shoot them our way, y'all.
Do it.
Okay, guys. So my topic this week was food. Drum roll, please. We're talking about the Michelin Star system.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I know it is. I'm just kidding.
If I can know.
Basically, I titled it my Word document as "What the hell is a Michelin Star?"
I like it.
I mean, I know, but I don't think a lot of people really know, and I didn't actually know the deeper
I have
meanings
no
of the
idea.
Michelin stars.
I just know like each star kind of makes it more expensive.
Kind of, in a way, yes.
That's all I know.
So yeah, I wanted to talk about that because I'm sure you hear about like, oh, this is a 2 Michelin star restaurant. This is a 3 Michelin star. This is a 1 Michelin star. It's like, what the fuck's a Michelin star, y'all?
Yeah, that's fair.
So that's what
Enlighten
I'm gonna talk to you
us.
about. So it basically, so Michelin, it's literally, Michelin tires, the Michelin Man.
Yeah.
It's literally the same company that
the
started
fuck
the
up.
Michelin Star system.
How do
It's
you
not
even do
called the
that?
Michelin Star system. That's just what I'm calling it. I call it a system because
Tires and food, because tires take you to food. Like why?
right? I never
why
got the correlation, but let me get to that.
Perfect.
So it started out with because the Michelin company started putting out these things called Michelin guides back in France in the 1900s. And so It was a series of guidebooks that were published by the tire company. It was to increase the demand for cars, and accordingly, car tire manufacturers, and the Michelin brothers published this guide for French motorists. And yeah, because in 1900, there were fewer than 3,000 cars on the roads of France. And they were like, we need to sell more tires and more cars. So let's put out these guides. And they were like, it provided useful information for the motorists, such as maps, tire repair, and replacement instructions, car mechanic listings. And then it also had listings of hotels and gas stations throughout France.
First of all, can you imagine living in a world where there was only like 300 cars in the country?
Insane, right? Yeah, 3,000 cars on the roads of France.
Damn.
In 1900. Now there's like,
but I guess
3
that
million.
makes, sense.
Yeah.
I'm sure only the best could give away their donkey and cart to
That's true.
to trade that in.
I want a donkey and cart now.
I would ride the hell out of a donkey and cart.
Yeah. So they also included, for the traveler in search of different adventures for the day, they listed different places you could go and then different places to eat or take shelter for the night.
Ooh.
So at first they, for like 20 years, they just handed these out for free. They were just like in Michelin stores, and they were just guides that you could get for free. But then they also actually stopped the publication during World War I. But then after the World War, they picked it back up, and they still gave it out for free. But then Andre Michelin, one of the Michelin brothers, was visiting a tire merchant and noticed that the copies were being used to prop up a workbench. And he was like, that's fucked up. We put a lot of effort into these. And he was like pissed about it. And he was like, man only truly respects what he pays for. So he decided to charge $2.15 in American dollars.
Damn. That makes sense
for the guide.
though.
And that started in 1992 that he started charging for it.
Oh, not till 1992?
Mm-hmm. Or sorry, it's 1922.
Okay,
sorry.
I was like,
damn, that was a long time.
Jeez, I was like, how
90 years. No,
they really just like
sorry.
picked a momentum with the Michelin stars like for only like the last like 25 years. It's crazy.
Yeah, so
Anyway,
so they also ended up making a couple different changes to it then in 1922.
got it.
It started listing the restaurants by specific categories, and then they added more hotel listings and removed the advertisements to the guide because now they were charging for it.
That makes sense though. I mean, it is like, like people like how they fucking manhandle phone books, at least back in the 90s. Like,
yeah,
people don't give a shit.
You put your fucking, you sit on that shit when you can't reach the steering wheel when you're little trying to drive a car.
My grandma used to do that.
Hell yeah.
I'm just kidding. She uses pillows. She still does.
That's
and
adorable.
It's terrifying to drive with her. Yeah, it's absolutely terrifying.
My auntie Leslie, I hope she's listening. She's like 4. How tall are you? 4'11"? 4'8"?
That's how old my grandma
4'9".
is. That's how old my grandma old. That's how tall my grandma is.
She's 4'11".
She's 4'11". I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna get you a little baby Bjorn.
I know, it's so cute watching him drive because the seat's all the way up, and I just love holding her.
Yeah.
She's so little.
You hold your
in my
aunt?
arm. Yes. When I give her a hug,
Oh, I
she's
thought
so
you were
little.
you're like cradling it
Yes,
like a baby.
I just hold her like a. No, this is me hugging her head because
Hush
she's
now.
so small.
It's nap time.
She just rests in my bosom, my little auntie Leslie.
That's adorable.
She better listen. She told me she's gonna. Love you. Anyway, so the Michelin peeps started recognizing the growing popularity of the restaurant section. So the brothers decided to recruit a team of inspectors, they're called, to visit and review the restaurants anonymously. Anonymity. Okay. So then the guide began to award stars for the fine dining establishments in 1926. Initially, there was only one single star awarded to the restaurants, but then in 1931, the hierarchy of 0, 1, 2, and 3 stars was introduced. you get 0 stars. That's kind of fucked up.
Stars.
This is a 0 Michelin star restaurant, but it's like, okay, we're just a fucking place to eat, and I'm sorry that we don't fucking polish your spoons with China's silkworm silk. I don't know.
You don't get to have like this caviar dipped in like fucking mayonnaise. I don't even know why that would be a thing, but gross.
Exactly. That is a fancy thing to do.
It's so fancy.
So finally, in 1936, the criteria for the starred rankings were published. And then during the rest of the 20th century, thanks to its serious and unique approach, the Michelin guides became bestsellers without equals. So the guide now rates over 30,000 establishments over 30 territories across 3 continents, and more than 30 million Michelin guides have been sold worldwide since.
Damn.
So it's pretty fucking
legit.
It's held true to its like original fucking
thing.
Standings. Its original purpose. So
damn.
So let's talk about what the stars mean, shall we? And they're literally like the Michelin little stars. That's like the 6-sided little bubbly star thing.
Yeah.
So 1 star means a very good restaurant in its category. 2 stars means excellent cooking, worth a detour. Because again, this was for like motorists.
Right.
And they still have the same value. They're still call it like.
That's interesting. I never knew that. I just thought it was like.
But now it's like so prestigious to get a Michelin star. So it's like these descriptions are like kind of funny. Like worth a detour. It's a 2 Michelin star restaurant. It's like one of the best restaurants in the fucking world.
Yeah, take that fucking detour is what it should say
like,
now.
Yeah, people like save up their life for going to a restaurant that's like 1 Michelin star. You know, like it's just funny that these are like the descriptions, which I never knew.
It's worth a detour. Yeah, take the fucking detour.
Yeah. And then 3 Michelin stars means exceptional cuisine worth a special journey.
I like
a special journey.
I like that, a special journey. But now, like, I feel like that could be for all of them now.
Mm-hmm. Yes. I mean, even 1 Michelin star.
The 3 Michelin stars should be like worth a special journey and worth the price of
your
that way about son.
Yeah. And you can sacrifice your finest lamb.
Your finest lamb.
For dining here. So, Michelin reviewers, like I said, are called inspectors and are anonymous.
I like that.
They do not identify themselves, and their meals and expenses are paid for, obviously, by Michelin. And Michelin has gone to extraordinary lengths to maintain that these inspectors stay anonymous.
There it is.
There we go. So many of the company's top executives have never even met the inspectors. Like, that's how secret these people are.
That's pretty awesome, though, because usually, like you're like, oh my God, A, B, C, and D are coming in. So it's actually really smart. Mm-hmm. You know, I'm glad they do that so that they really get like the authentic. So it's not just like a one-time thing and they give them like here's your 3 stars. And then they're like, we can be crap for days now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the inspectors themselves are advised not to disclose their line of work, even to their parents. Like, it's like CIA shit.
Right?
This is serious fucking shit.
The problem is, though, with calling them inspectors, I'm just thinking about, like, Inspector Gadget the entire time. And I'm like, go, Gadget, fork. And I'm like, how do they remain anonymous if they have a fork coming out of their hat?
They just reach into the kitchen with their go Gadget arm.
Yes, exactly.
So.
Best career decision Matthew Barnawick ever made.
So, what? What'd you just say?
Matthew Barnawick.
Oh, yes.
Oh, anyway, go on.
I was thinking of the cartoon, and I was like, what? Who?
No, he didn't.
Penny?
Do that. No. Penny and
Dad. What's the dog's name?
Is it Brain or Brian?
Brain.
Brian is the dog from Family Guy. I'm an
dummy.
idiot. He's the one that drinks fucking martinis. Very different than Brain.
Yes. So the inspectors write reports that are distilled in annual STARS meetings, they're called, at the guide's various national offices into the ranking of 3 stars, 2 stars, and 1 star, or no stars.
No, cat. That would suck.
A lot of chefs have always said that Michelin is the only guide that counts. And in France, when the guide is published each year, it sparks a media frenzy, which has been compared to that of the Academy Awards.
Because I mean, like, essentially, they don't know who's been whatever, so like they probably like actually it's like a surprise for them.
And I think
That's
in all the
cool.
regions they have like special big events for like the announcements of it and stuff.
That's
or
pretty
like
cool,
award
though.
ceremonies for it. Like the restaurants are invited and stuff. I just made that up, so I don't know if that actually happened. But the things I read, because I read about the different cities, because it's not, you can't all, like, it only depends on, you can only get a Michelin star if you're in a region that Michelin is. So, like, there's no Michelin restaurants in Colorado because Michelin's not here, which is kind of fucked up.
Oh.
Which I never knew that, which always was like, why doesn't anywhere in Colorado have a Michelin star? It's because it's only in certain regions around the world. And it's
so the East Coast or the West Coast of the United States?
Yeah, and Chicago and Las Vegas.
That makes sense.
But it's like,
I'm surprised there's not any in Texas, though, because we have some pretty good, amazing restaurants.
Yeah, exactly. I know, there's amazing restaurants everywhere now. But, I mean, before then, I mean, back in the day, too, like, you don't think of, like, it's like the food scene was not what it is now.
No, absolutely not.
I mean, there's obviously good restaurants, but like they weren't trying to strive for, you know, the excellence of these incredible French restaurants that, you know, started
that makes way more sense why you find way more like extravagant restaurants experiences on the East West Coast, Chicago and Las Vegas.
But now
have that status and they have that star, then they can kind of validate, quote unquote, having, you know, these ridiculous meals that cost $500 because they have that, you know, prestige.
Yeah. And they're doing things a little more exceptional than most places.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But you're right though, people love that shit. So they love, you know, saying that at their fucking cocktail party, like, yeah, I went to like 3 Michelin restaurants like this year. It's no big deal. Whatever.
I mean, I would like to do that, but I have yet to go to a Michelin star restaurant, but I will.
You will.
Just because it's like, it's unlike.
Well, to me,
you know.
like when we went to what was that place when Mackenzie came? We went to. It was that place in the Union, or it was like
Mercantile in Denver.
That was fucking amazing. Like I've never eaten anything like that before. It was ridiculously good.
And like, it's just insane what some of these restaurants do for service and their ambiance and their like their silverware that they use and their like everything they do is
the
like
whole experience.
It is. It's like a theatrical. It's like a performance,
right?
Too.
Which is insane. But anyway, go on.
So let's talk about some controversies around the Michelin stars.
Perfect.
So a France-based inspector, his name is Pascal Remy.
He already sounds shady.
He wrote a tell-all book that was published in 2004.
Ooh.
And Michelin did not like that because they're so secretive about who their inspectors are. And this guy basically told like
he broke the code.
Story. He broke the code.
So
he described the French Michelin inspector's life as lonely, underpaid drudgery, driving around France for weeks on end, dining alone under intense pressure to file detailed reports on strict deadlines.
Dining alone in these amazing restaurants.
Yeah, it's like, shut up, dude.
Anyway,
like, do you know how
for free?
Yeah, for free.
Yeah, whatever.
And I have to visit these the best restaurants in the entire world.
Wow,
like,
what a douche canoe.
Yeah. So whatever. Like, I would be paid nothing to do that. I would be paid nothing to do that. If you just pay for it, like, I'll fucking sponsor me.
Yeah.
Michelin
Michelin
tires. Hashtag sponsor me, Michelin.
Dude, I'm never going to look at that marshmallow Michelin man the same way again.
No.
Anyway,
no wonder he's so marshmallow. He eats at the best restaurants in the fucking world.
He's so plump.
He's so
anyway.
marshmallowy.
He's so marshmallowy.
So he maintained that the guide had become lax in its standards through Michelin. Though Michelin states that its inspectors visited all 4,000 reviewed restaurants in France every 18 months and all starred restaurants several times a year, Remy said only about one visit every 3.5 years was possible because there was only 11 inspectors in France when he was hired, rather than the 50 or more hinted by Michelin. Well, that number, he said, had shrunk to 5 by the time he was fired in December 2003.
Well, so somebody sounds like a bitter McBitterson.
Yeah.
Somebody got fired because whatever, and now he's like, this whole thing sucks. I'm like, if somebody told me like, okay, they rumored that they had 50, well, maybe because they were trying to keep everybody on their toes. You know, that makes sense to me. That's just good business.
Exactly.
Oh, are you tired from eating all the amazing food?
This sucks.
That's so sucky.
So Remy also accused the guys of favoritism. He alleged that the Michelin treated famous and influential chefs such as Paul Bocuse and Alain Ducasse. I cannot speak French.
It's okay. I can't speak Spanish.
As untouchable and not subject to the same rigorous standards as lesser known chefs. So that was just one guy that was pissed, and he actually ended up taking them. It was he like brought him to court.
Jeez.
And it was for unfair dismissal, but he was unsuccessful at achieving his.
Well, I bet you he was probably like fucking displaying a bunch.
He sound like a disgruntled employee.
Yeah, and he sounds like somebody who was like fucking got drunk at a fucking bar, and he's like, I'm gonna tell you everything about like the trade secrets. And they're like, rule number 1, please don't do that. And they're like, well, then that's grounds for dismissal. And he's like, that was unfair.
Yeah.
You guys are assholes.
So another little controversy. Sorry, I scratched
your nosy poo.
Scratched something. So some non-French food critics have alleged that the rating system is biased in favor of French cuisine.
What isn't?
Or French dining standards. The Guardian commented in 1997 that some people maintain the guide's principal purpose is as a tool of Gaelic culture imperialism. Gallic? Not Gaelic.
I was like,
delete that.
I was like, Gaelic.
That's
like,
not it.
Fucking, okay.
When Michelin published its first New York City Red Guide in 2005, because mostly it was like in France and Europe.
Right. Yeah.
Stephen Kruntz of the New York Times noted that Danny Meyer's Union Square Cafe, a restaurant highly rated by the New York Times, Zagat survey, and other prominent guides, received no star rating from the Michelin. Kurtz also claimed that the guide appeared to favor restaurants that emphasized formality and presentation rather than casual approach to fine dining. He also claimed that over half of the restaurants that received 1 or 2 stars could be considered French. So everyone just thought, like back in, I feel like it's a lot different now. Like a lot of the winners are still French, but there's also a lot of French and Japanese, like is the dominant
like who gets
restaurants
the stars?
that get stars, but they I'll talk a little bit about who got stars this year, and it kind of goes across the board, so that's cool. And then another little controversy is some restaurateurs have asked Michelin to revoke a star because they felt it created undesirable customer expectations or pressure to spend more on service and decor. So one place, Casa Julio in Spain, after receiving a star for a perfumed cuisine in 2009, the restaurant chef Julio Biosca felt the award was granted to dishes that he did not like and restricted his creativity and tried to remove his star in December 2013.
That? Jesus.
You
know what? I don't want it.
Yeah. But like I can understand that because it's like, I mean, I can and I can't. Like that's an incredible honor. Like wow. But also it's like fuck. Right. Now is it going to be like if I don't have those, you know, if I want to change the menu and these things that were rated, you know, high and people are going to get mad if I take them off the menu or, you know, so like I totally understand that way.
Yeah.
Another restaurant that wanted to take their star away was a place called Nurseries Cafe in London. And after receiving a star in 2011, the founder and chef Sky Gingell.
Wow. All right.
That's how you pronounce it.
Sure.
Received complaints from customers expecting formal dining, leading to her attempt to remove the star and subsequent retirement from the restaurant.
Oh, that's sad.
She has now said she regrets her remarks and would welcome a star. So how does one get a star, do you ask?
Sucking dick?
They suck the dick of the inspector.
Yes. And they're like, I don't know who you are. Like, that's what this bag's for.
That's the first criteria. No, there's actually real criteria. So it's the quality of ingredients used, mastery of flavor and cooking techniques, the personality of the chef in his cuisine, value for money, and consistency between visits are the 5 criteria. The restaurant inspectors don't look at the interior decor, table setting, or service quality when awarding stars. Those are actually indicated by a different symbol system. They're like a fork and a spoon.
What?
But when they're just giving someone a Michelin star, it's not based on like the decor, the service, anything like that. It's just about the food and like the menu and the consistency.
Well, that's kind of cool though.
Yeah, so it's like this is legit, but
Right.
it seems to be that has a little bit of. I mean, most of these restaurants that are winning these are like the fanciest restaurants.
Right, they're not the ones that have like rats crawling across the floor or anything.
Well, definitely not. But it's I think a like food stall. Kind of type restaurant in, I think it's Korea or Japan actually got a Michelin star.
That's pretty cool.
And then the guy, I'm pretty sure Hero
Dreams,
Hero Dreams of Sushi. Have you seen that on Netflix? About the little man that he's like 85 and he owns a sushi restaurant in the subway. He has a Michelin star, I'm pretty sure too. And
that's
he
pretty badass.
Has a sushi restaurant in a subway, but it's like the best sushi you could ever fucking have in your whole life. And he still works the line and he's like 90 years old.
Dude,
Hero Dreams of Sushi. Go watch that if you guys haven't. It's incredible.
Go.
Anywho.
Field trip.
Yeah,
my job.
Is that for our next episode?
I know, right?
For the
Like, we
20th
gotta go.
episode?
I gotta book those plane tickets
You
to
gotta
New
go
York.
to Japan.
Or let's go to Las Vegas to go see Lady Gaga.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
So Michelin. So each type.
Oh, I have a question.
Yeah.
When you get like a Michelin star, do you get free tires for life? Does the restaurant?
You know what?
They should.
They should fucking
That's
put
some
that
bullshit.
in there. That's
Yeah.
a good little bonus.
They should. Anyway, go on.
So each time the reviewer goes to a restaurant, they write a thorough memorandum about their experience, and then all of the reviewers come together to discuss, and then they decide on which restaurants will be awarded the stars.
Okay. Nice.
And that's how they decide.
nice.
So you got to use products that are fresh, seasonal, and local. You have to make sure you have your technical skills honed in. They're looking for high-end dishes that are prepared perfectly pretty much every time. They also are looking for people that create, or restaurants that create a kitchen environment that has higher standards and places an emphasis on discipline. And then
So they make sure there's like a whip in the corner of the walk-in or something.
exactly.
Perfect.
They make sure you are fucking keeping your people in line
It's good.
with force.
It's good. It's good.
And then the other main thing, which I never knew, was you have to make sure you're within the coverage area for Michelin.
Right.
It only awards stars to restaurants located in certain regions.
That's
In the
so
United
crazy.
States, this is limited to restaurants located in New York City, the Silicon Valley, San Francisco, the East Bay, and Wine Country, Los Angeles, Chicago, and Las Vegas.
That's it.
Yeah. So that's why not even a
interesting.
port, like not Washington, not
For
like,
as prestigious as that star is, that it only. I mean,
That
that's
it only-
that's a
that's not
handful of
fair.
regions.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
insane. Anyway.
So
Wow.
Which for me, now that I like found that out, it makes me like, you've heard of James Beard, right? The James Beard Awards, and that's another
so.
prestigious award you can get as a chef, but they cover everything, and also it's not like there's James Beard Award winning casual dining restaurants because like they pretty much meet all those requirements. But I just feel like they're able to they're doing it all over the world, all over the
Right.
country,
Yeah.
instead of just in these specific regions.
Right.
So I feel like in a way, like, because I feel like there's definitely restaurants in Colorado too. Like Frosca doesn't have a Michelin star. Like I don't know what that never
is.
got that. Frosca's a restaurant in Boulder. It actually won the James
Well, a
Beard Award.
lot of shit in Boulder is prestigious as fuck.
And there's places in Denver and places in like Aspen and stuff. Like
Vail, like all those places.
so.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, they might need to
it's
spread their
kinda-
wings a little. I'll
that's-
work for you guys in Colorado. Let me know.
That's
if you
true.
need if you need a worker.
That's true, but I mean, it's like, I guess that makes sense though. When I hear some of the stories that are like, it's kind of almost a backlash sometimes with the Michelin star. Like, they get to do whatever the fuck they want, and it's, they don't have that. They don't have that pressure.
Exactly. Also, I found out you can request an inspection, but they
that
won't.
makes sense.
They'll come within like 2 years.
Yeah, they're like, we'll get back to you. Take a
But
number.
I guess you can go online and be like, can you see if my restaurant? You can actually request one. I don't.
Which that makes sense though.
Yeah.
But like again, like you just, and maybe that would push somebody to like to work their hardest and be the most creative, and you just hope that they get to you in that 2 years.
Yeah. So now I just wanted to talk about some of the most decorated chefs out there.
So decorated.
So the first highest Michelin star chef, his name is Joel Robuchon, which I'm sure you've heard of. No. Oh no, I'm thinking of Paul Robuchon, has all the really fancy pastry.
It sounds so familiar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Joel Robuchon is widely known as the chef of the century. He currently has 31 stars because he has multiple restaurants.
Just Michelin stars?
Yeah, just Michelin stars.
Holy
31
shit.
totally.
How much is the fucking croissant cost from him?
Because you can regain your... I don't know. They're
$75.
So he's known as a pioneer of the post-nouveau cuisine era, and his relentless perfectionism has translated into more authentic, timeless French cuisine.
Wow.
He's the owner of 12 restaurants around the globe. Robuchon is also the former mentor of another talented chef on this list, Gordon Ramsay.
Are you serious? That's pretty cool.
So, like his famous mentee, he's known for having a really hot temper, and both chefs have acknowledged tension between themselves after Robuchon hurled a plate at Ramsay and Ramsay stormed out of the kitchen. That's a famous little interaction between them.
So then he just started throwing plates at everybody.
He was angry and he would throw shit at people. He's one of those kinds of chefs.
Yeah, no thanks.
The next guy who has the
eat his
second
donut. That's fine.
Yeah, I'll just eat some
pastries. I don't want to work with him, but I would like to eat his pastries.
So Alain Ducasse has 21 stars. He's one of only 2 chefs to hold 21 Michelin stars throughout his career.
Wow.
He is the first chef to own restaurants carrying 3 Michelin stars in 3 different cities. And he has opened over 25 restaurants across the globe.
Jeez.
Here we go. Gordon Ramsay has 16 stars.
I didn't know he had that many. That's actually pretty impressive.
Yeah. So he's a Scottish-born chef. He's attached to 17 restaurants globally. And his signature restaurant Gordon Ramsay in Chelsea, London, has held 3 stars since 2001.
Field trip.
So, like, you can get your stars taken away. Like, if you have a 3-star restaurant one year, like, you can be like, oh, you're not a 3-star restaurant the next year kind of thing.
But since 2001, he's held that?
Yeah.
That's kind of incredible.
Recently, Ramsay was tied with Beyonce as the 34th highest earning celebrity in the world.
What?
Speaking of Beyonce, I made Chris watch Homecoming, and he almost got through all of it. And but then we had to change it because I was watching it for a long time.
What?
Anyways, Chris almost so he had to like go water some stuff, and I like paused it, and then when he came back, I like played it, but he didn't finish the whole thing, but he watched pretty much almost all of it. But did he
like it?
I think he did. He enjoyed it. He was entertained.
Good.
And I was like, good boy. But I'll change it even though there's 25 minutes left.
Fine.
Anyway, speaking of Beyonce.
Well, it makes him
back to the Michelin stars. So speaking of losing Michelin stars, Gordon Ramsay lost some Michelin stars.
Bet you those people got fired.
He cried.
Yeah. Did he really?
Yeah, he cried. And he said it was like losing a girlfriend. But it was his restaurant Savoy Grill, and it's located in one of London's most iconic hotels, the Savoy. And yeah, he lost some Michelin stars at that restaurant, and he cried.
Wow.
Good job, Gordy.
Damn.
I'm sure you've heard this name, Thomas Keller.
Mm-hmm.
He has 7 stars. And he's a widely celebrated chef in America for his French-style cooking. He's even made a good name for himself in France. Good job, little Tommy.
Good job.
Keller's 3-star establishment, the French Laundry, which is one of his 5 restaurants, celebrated its 20-year anniversary, and on 2 occasions was deemed the best restaurant on the planet.
Damn.
Yeah, he's a bad boy. Let's talk about some ladies now, because now we have some ladies on the list. Carme Ruscaleda. She's a Catalan chef. Catalan? Where's that?
I don't know.
Catalan. Lanolin?
Lalalunin?
Catalona. That's in Italy, right?
Sure.
Catalonia?
Sure.
Oh, I'm stupid. It's in Spain, guys. Sorry. I'm sure all of you knew that. I didn't. Catalonia.
Catatuga.
So she's a Spanish chef, and she's the only 7 Michelin-starred female chef. What, girl? Get it!
Whoa.
She owns 2 restaurants, Sant Pau in Barcelona and Sant Pau de Tokyo in Tokyo. Get it? Anyway,
Yes, it's great.
It emphasizes seasonal products and traditional Catalan cooking.
Right.
And it's a hearkening back to her childhood on a Spanish farm. So she grew up on a beautiful Spanish farm in Spain. How fucking beautiful is that? She is a perfectionist, and saying upon receiving Michelin's highest honor of 3 stars for her restaurant, she says she still has not reached the top. Here's another lady, Anne Sophie Pic, I believe. She's the 4th French female chef to ever earn 3 Michelin stars. She's the world's 50 best restaurants, the world's 50 best restaurants named her the best female chef in 2011.
Damn.
Interestingly enough, this French chef had no formal culinary training when she assumed the leadership of her family's restaurant called Maison Pique after her father's death, not her family.
I was like, what happened?
In 1997.
Wow.
So her food is basically celebrates her family's lineage from Valence, France.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. And then another lady representing the ladies is Nadia Santini. She has 3 stars. And she's an Italian chef, and she believes that quality comes from cooking for the individual. And she says that it is impossible to run a kitchen that serves 100 people. I can't give my heart to a dish if I'm cooking for more than 30.
Yeah, girl.
I love that.
That's
because
amazing.
When I own a restaurant, it's like, yeah,
quality, not quantity.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Like, I want to be able to be a part of every person's dish, and like I completely believe that. And also when you're cooking for 100 people plus a night, like you have to get things done responsibly, you have to get things that aren't properly raised, stuff like that, unless that's what I believe too. So I really liked her.
That's awesome. More opportunity to change the menu too, for sure. Keep it fresh.
So yeah, I was just going to talk about some of the Michelin Star chefs Michelin Star restaurants this year.
Nice.
So you can see that they actually aren't just French and Japanese, which most of the time it is. A majority of the restaurants are those cuisines, but they're integrating other people,
right.
and that's good. So first, let's start with New York. So the New York's dining scene this year has 11 new additions to the Michelin Guide, and it brings its total of Michelin Star restaurants to 76.
Damn.
So, but then I heard about this, which is about one of my favorite chefs, April Bloomfield. So she, I believe, has had a Michelin Star before for her restaurant, The Spotted Pig. But in 2019, which was this year,
Yes.
the chef behind The Spotted Pig, now notorious for a long list of Me Too allegations, is no longer on the list.
No.
And the restaurant lost its Michelin. Oh, she had a Michelin Bib Gourmand recommendation, which was like just like under like the Michelin stars. But she's one of my favorite chefs, so I just wanted to talk about that.
Damn.
But because she has a bunch of Me Too allegations for mistreating people in the kitchen, I guess, which
She a little fondly?
I guess so. So some of the 3 Michelin star restaurants in New York, there were 5 of them this year.
Wow.
One is 11 Madison Park, which I don't know if you've ever heard of that, but they make beautiful food. They have a cookbook that is like an art gallery cookbook. It's one of my favorite cookbooks just to look at. their food is beautiful. So 11 Madison Park, Per Se is also another one, which is one of Thomas Keller's restaurants. And a little fun fact about Per Se, and a little shout out to local fucking Front Range, Colorado. The chef and owner of Chimney Park Bistro in Windsor was the opening sous chef of Per Se when Per Se opened in New York City back in the day, in the 90s. But the opening sous chef, he like worked there for a while, and then I don't know his fucking life story, but he ended up opening a restaurant in Chimney Park or in Windsor, or taking over the restaurant, and that's like one of the most prestigious restaurants on the Front Range is Chimney Park Bistro.
It is. Yeah.
Little fun fact.
Tucked away in Windsor.
Yes. So some 2 Michelin Star restaurants, Aquavit, which is Nordic cuisine, Oscar, which is Swedish American cuisine, Ko, which is a restaurant owned by David Chang, who made Momofuku, which is, we made those Sam's the other day. His restaurant made the list of 2 Michelin stars. And that restaurant is, from what I gather, it's like kind of like whatever he wants to do. Like it's everything.
That's pretty
influenced. Cool. It's not just Korean. It's not just American. It's not just French. It's everything. So some 1 Michelin star restaurants, Blue Hill, which is, Blue Hill, which is like a restaurant in New York. They have their own farm. They have all
nice.
They're on the chef's table. An Italian restaurant made it. A Chinese restaurant called Cafe China. And then this other restaurant called The River Cafe, which, blends American and international style, so it's kind of like just modern cuisine at its highest level.
Nice.
So in LA, the Michelin Guide returned to LA for the first time in nearly a decade.
Wow.
And LA, like I'm a lot more familiar with Los Angeles restaurant scene than I am with like New York.
Right.
Just because I've been in LA a lot more, and I've just been like, where should I go to eat?
Right.
But the Michelin's international director praised the state for its culinary diversity and agricultural bounty. And she said that the inspectors have been impressed with the way these chefs have been able to take local ingredients and use them in their own unique ways, which California is New York also has a great like produce and like farming scene. And obviously California does too. Like you can grow everything there all the time.
Right.
I was actually just talking to one of my best friends, Annette. I think I talked about her last week too, but she's in New York City right now, and she was saying where she's staying, there's a farmer's market every other day.
Damn.
How beautiful is that?
It sounds very romantic comedy-ish.
It sounds perfect. But despite an increased emphasis on fine dining in and around the LA area, there were no new 3-star restaurants anywhere in California, which some people were kind of like pissed about. But
right.
And then they were also saying in this article I read, I think it was Eater LA, that some of the city's most popular restaurants weren't even considered, like Republique, Bavel, Bestia, Felix, and some other restaurants that they were like for sure thought they would get a Michelin star and didn't. And then in Chicago, some restaurants that got Michelin stars. The first brew pub to be awarded a star was Band of Bohemia, and that's in Chicago, so that was pretty cool. A farm-to-table restaurant in Lincoln Park called North Pond made the list. And Alinea, obviously, if you guys have heard of that restaurant, which is a world-renowned phenomenon. Grant Atchis' Atchis, I can't say his name either. His restaurant. It retained 3 stars after its renovation, reopening, and chef change even. So
damn.
He obviously left it in good hands. So that's pretty cool. And then if you guys know Andrew Zimmern, he has a restaurant, and it's called Sepia, and it has 1 star. And then there was Topolobampo, which is Rick Bayless's Mexican fine dining restaurant that made the list. Yeah. So there's a little variety this year. and in the United States. And yeah, that's the Michelin Star rating.
I like it.
Info.
Now I know.
I definitely learned a lot about it.
I did. I didn't know that they were sponsored by tires. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's so random.
It's super random.
I didn't know about that till like a couple years ago. Like I always knew about Michelin Star ratings,
I learned it
but
today, years old.
Today. But yeah. So just keep doing good shit, you restaurants, and if you want to go to a Michelin Star restaurant, just save your fucking pennies, because it's usually expensive.
Yeah. Or your
but
firstborn,
it'll be
whichever.
like a theatrical performance experience, it'll be like any other.
It'll be like Beauty and the Beast, be our guest.
Literally, they'll sing that to you.
There'll be a candlestick that sings.
Oh my God, Shay, you just gave me the greatest idea.
Oh, what?
That's gonna be my restaurant. Every night we open with "Be Our Guest" and candlesticks. Juggle the candlesticks.
But we'll change like plates. Every other word so we don't get copyright infringement.
Exactly.
Okay, it'll be fine.
Don't be a pest, don't be a pest, because you are our guest, and we'll tie your napkin around your neck, Sherry, and we provide the rest. I'll just like change.
That's amazing. That was a good riff. I liked it.
Horribly.
It'll be great. You have to just sing it a little off key. It'll be fine.
Be our guest, be the service to the test.
Hey guys, just wanted to again apologize on behalf of the ghost. We'll see you next week with a probably slightly longer episode. Okay, bye.